One of you guys left a comment for me that I needed to check out a new investing platform. Now, I don't think these guys are brand new. They've been around for at least a year, but I did check it out, and there's some really cool things I really like about this platform. I really wanted to show it to you guys. So first, let's drop right into it right here. The website is called Invest with Roots, Roots, and you can see, I'll put a link in the description below so you can click on that and go right to it. And I recommend checking this one out. They are based in Georgia. A lot of these companies are based in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know why. I know it's a high growth market down there. Okay. So anyway, that is what it is. So investing with Roots, it is a REIT, an REIT. It's a REIT. So you're not investing in an individual property, though you can look at the individual properties that they own. But you are buying basically, they call them units, unit shares in the REIT. And I'll show you those here in a second. But I wanted to show you first just the front page of their website before you log in. And that is it. This is it right here. So if you find it, you'll know you're on the right one. Introducing Roots. Anyone can invest. So this is not just to accredited investors. It is also to the rest of us here in the US. You just can't invest more than, I think it's 10% of your net worth or 10% of your yearly income into this. And that's pretty much true on all these platforms I talk about, even though the companies don't always mention it. There is that limit when it's for non-accredited investors. Now, accredited investors are a whole different group. You probably know what they are. If you don't, it's basically if you're a millionaire and then everyone else is left out. So in this case, you don't have to be a millionaire or an accredited investor. It's just available to all of us. Now, again, that's anyone can invest. It says they have low fees, a $5 transaction fee. Now, it does say here you can start at $100. I think that's gone up a little bit, and I'll show you when I get to their webpage. Quarterly liquidity. Now, that is something that's different. So, if you basically invest in a publicly traded REIT on the stock market, you can trade those shares. On this one, you can't trade those shares. There is no liquidity like a marketplace. Like I know one of the cool things I like about Lofty, which I've done a few reviews here on my platform. I really do like Lofty. That one is individual tokenized real estate where you're actually investing into an actual one specific piece of real estate. Now, there's risks involved with that because if you just put your money into one property and there's a problem with the tenant or something goes haywire with costs, you might not be getting dividends or rental payments for a while, or they could go upside down on the property and could get in trouble, and it's pretty risky. That's why on a platform like Lofty, I'm recommending you would spread it out over multiple properties to lower your risk like that. On this one, you are buying shares in all of their properties across the board at once because you're not selecting individual properties, you're buying shares in the REIT. Now, the quarterly liquidity, like I said on Lofty, they do actually have a marketplace that you can trade those shares that I was just talking about. And I really do like that. On this one, it's a little different. So I did a little digging into their SEC document right here. And you can look this up too if you want. It's all publicly available information off the front page of their website. And here's how their liquidity works. Let me just read this to you. While you should view your investment in our units as a long-term investment with limited liquidity, we have adopted a unit redemption program. We intend to offer partial liquidity for our members on a quarterly basis in the form of a redemption of a member's units. Each quarter, no more than 5% of the issued and outstanding units may be redeemed, and no more than $100,000 of an individual member's units may be redeemed while this offering is ongoing. We also may make redemptions upon the death of a member or in special circumstances as determined by the manager. So the way that I read this here is basically, if you have $100,000 invested, that's sort of like the max you could have redeemed. But the sentence before it, no more than 5% of the issued and outstanding units may be redeemed. So that's basically of all of their units, if a bunch of members wanted to redeem, let's say in aggregate, 7% of the total units that, unit shares they've been invested, there's going to be a problem with that. So they wanted to limit it to 5% of their entire portfolio could be redeemed every quarter. Now, this means if you invest right now, you would have to wait for a full quarter, which is 3 months until you could go towards that redemption. Now, they're really smart about, this is really smart, what they're saying right here. You shouldn't view your investments as a long-term investment. Real estate is getting rich slowly. People that tell you you're going to get rich quickly in real estate are lying to you. I know someone's going to make a comment that they went out there and they bought a property and they flipped it really quickly and they made a big bunch of money. That is not the usual case in real estate. And someone might make a comment that it is for them. Well, good for you. You're probably really good at negotiating properties. Most people, the vast majority of us out there, should view real estate as a long-term investment, not in any way as a short-term investment. So if you do need to get some liquidity and be out, you have to wait for a quarter, do that. There's going to be some costs involved in that. There always is. So I would look into the circular, the SEC document, if this is something that you're really, really concerned about. Now, the thing that I really, really like that's very different, and this is what gives them an edge over, I think, some of the competition, is they allow their tenants, their residents, to participate in the investment of their company. Now, what this means right here is they call it live it like you own it. Now, what that means is the tenants are required to do three things. Number one, no late payments. Number two, they have to do a quarterly walkthrough video. This is fantastic. I'm in property management also, and I love this idea. So every quarter, the tenant has to submit a video walkthrough of the inside and the outside of their unit. Number three, be a good neighbor. What exactly does that mean? Maybe no tenant complaints. They're keeping their properties up. They're picking up garbage on the outside, making it look nicer. I think that's fantastic. So this is the tenant website that sort of explains this part right here. It's rentwithroots.com. Now, if you go down here, you can kind of see invest in real estate. This is why the tenants want to rent with Roots, because they get to invest in real estate by investing in the REIT, build credit, community support, earn rewards. So this drop down here, this is what a resident can do if they stay for 5 years and follow all the rules, that they can basically accumulate $7,558 of their rental payments, invested. That's what they'll get back over 5 years. And I'll tell you, it's not unusual for tenants to be in a property for that long. Now, they can do up to $800 per year. That's how much they can invest. And here's basically how it works. You can earn a rental rebate of $150 every quarter that is put into your Roots account, which is investing in the REIT like we do, by paying your rent on time, being a good neighbor, and submitting a quick video walkthrough of your unit. If you successfully do this for 4 straight quarters, you will receive an additional $200, which is that $800 a year. I don't know any other property management companies that are doing this. We certainly don't do it at the company that I'm with. I think this is fantastic. I think it makes good tenants. They're going to keep their units up. Submitting that video walkthrough is a fantastic idea. So the property manager knows, gets eyes inside there on what the condition is. This is all fantastic. I think this is really going to make these guys stand apart. Now, let's go to the Roots website for us as investors. That's it right here. You can see basically dividend distributions last quarter was $427,000. The target fund returns is 12 to 15%. Now look at this right here. They're calling it the Roots Time Machine. If you had invested $10,000 in September of 23, so a year ago, today you would be at 1,300. Where's that? Get my mouse there. $13,775. So now I have this little calculator here. Initial investment, $10,000. Length of time, 1 year. And you did a monthly recurring $200. Let's calculate that's how they're getting that $13,775. That's not bad. You guys investing in real estate, like I said, the long-term investment. Now down here, they are going to show you some of the properties that they're investing in. So you can take a peek at that. Right now, the price per unit. Now, remember I said at the beginning, they're on the webpage that says it's $100. Right now, it's up to $133. That's what be your minimum investment. Total net asset value is $39 million. They own 140 properties. 26 of them were purchased in the last quarter. Their occupancy rate is 97%. This is good. And their average annual return is 17% right now. This is a great platform, you guys. Now, there are all risks involved in anything. I'm not telling you run out and put your life savings in this one, but I'm really suggesting that you take a look at this one. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm a real estate broker. I'm also in property management, so I have a little bit of history. I've been doing this my whole life, so I have a pretty good history of understanding real estate, and I like what they're doing here. And by the way, I also work by referral. That's why my content is here on YouTube. I have people that reach out to me. What happens is, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in your area and you don't have a broker, please reach out to me. I will find you a top 1% broker in your area. That's what I do. And then if you do that with me, then you have 2 brokers working with you throughout this process, because I will be available to you to review contracts, to help you talk about negotiating strategies. I can help you looking at appraisals or inspection reports. And I do that for all of my referral clients. And that's an offer I have to you if you want to take advantage of this. Just reach out in the description below. I'd be happy to have a talk with you and get the process started. So anyway, like I said, I have a pretty good history in real estate. I've done a lot of flips. I've invested in real estate. Like I said, I've been a real estate broker since 1992, and I have a big role in property management. So I like this platform. I know I've done some other reviews on Lofty. I've done some stuff on Groundfloor, which I really like Groundfloor. There will be videos on my channel if you want to go there and check out Groundfloor. That's where you help invest in investors fix and flips. Like I said, also Lofty is another one. I've mentioned it multiple times now in this video about tokenized real estate. I think there's a lot of future growth in tokenized real estate. I think it is further the future of real estate, but it's not going to get here as quick as we'd like, but it is getting here slowly. You guys should look at what's going on with tokenized real estate. That's how I actually first started this channel before I opened it up to talking about other investment platforms, which, so you know, right now, I'm also going to pivot my channel a little bit more. I've talked about, I'm going to start doing some live streams soon, and I'm going to start talking about national news and stats of real estate, residential real estate in general, and some of my takes on that of what's going on in the market with that stuff. So pay attention and subscribe if you like that kind of content. And I would really recommend taking a look at REITs. I know I didn't do a super deep dive into it here other than, telling you basically that it is a REIT. The dividends or the distribution is done quarterly. So that's how you get paid. And I would recommend, I would do this, is reinvest those dividends back into the platform. Taxes and stuff like that. Go ahead and look at it yourself. If you can look up online how REITs are taxed, they've got some information on their website about taxing. So if that's something that's important to you, look at that. Or investing your retirement accounts, you can use that money to invest in this also. So that's another angle if you guys want to look at doing that with your retirement accounts. I know the other platforms you can do that, and you can do that one here as well.